there, my name is Christina Bulgin and I'm the Community Ministries Coordinator for the Salvation Army in Barrhaven. Welcome to our community kitchen where we will be preparing simple recipes using accessible and affordable ingredients. Today, we are participating in Soup Week where the Salvation Army highlights food insecurity in our communities and across Canada. For today's recipe, we'll be doing Yellow Split Pea Soup. Here's what you need for today's recipe. 5 stalks of celery, 4 carrots, 1 medium onion, 1.5 cups of dried yellow split peas, ham, either leftovers from a ham roast, or a ham bone you can get from the butcher, or you can do what I did and wait until ham goes on sale. I paid about $5.99 for this little ham roast. You'll also need some thyme, bay leaves, and salt and pepper to taste. You'll be adding about 8 cups of water. You'll also need a soup pot with a lid. Chop up the celery into uniform pieces. If you like smaller pieces, you can cut the celery lengthwise first, but I like to keep it chunky. Add it to the pot. Next, I'm going to chop up my carrot. To keep it from rolling and prevent me from chopping my fingers off, I'm going to cut it lengthwise first and then chop it into uniform pieces, and then I'll add it to the pot. Next, I'm going to chop my onion. I'm going to cut it in half to prevent it from rolling around, and then I'm going to cut it in a sunburst pattern around the center of the onion so that all the pieces are around the same size. Then I'm going to add it to the pot. One thing that you'll learn about me is that I don't love touching meat, so I usually use it a utensil. If you don't mind touching meat, you do you, and you can tease me later. I'm cutting the ham into 1 centimeter cubes. I'm leaving the rind on because it softens as it cooks, but you can cut it off if you prefer. If you're using a ham bone, just place the whole thing into the pot, and you can take it out once it has finished cooking, cutting off any extra meat to add to your soup, and removing the bone to discard it. Now I'm going to add the yellow split peas. The pot is very full and you can see it is a huge portion. You can half the recipe for a smaller end product, but this soup also freezes really well, so if you are a small family or single person, you can freeze individual portions of leftovers, placing them in containers you can get at the dollar store. As you can see, it's actually quite beautiful and colorful. It's a very hearty soup. I'm going to add some thyme, sprinkling about 2 teaspoons over the top. I'm also using bay leaf, which is optional. Bay leaf adds flavor, but it's also a source of nutrients and contains enzymes which help to digest food. You use them for cooking and then remove them before eating. Add enough water to cover the ingredients. I used about 7 cups. As you're cooking, you can add some more water if you find the soup is getting too thick. Add some fresh ground pepper, or black pepper if you don't have any fresh ground. You can add salt if you'd like, but I find ham salty enough, so I don't add any when I'm cooking it. Now we're going to cook it. Start on high and stir until the soup begins to boil. Make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom. When it starts to boil, turn it to medium-low and continue boiling. Watch for froth that may form over the top of the soup. Simply scrape it off and dispose of it. Nobody wants frothy soup. Cover the pot with the lid and turn down to simmer. It's actually going to cook for 3.5 hours. If you have a slow cooker, you can assemble in the slow cooker and cook it all day while you're at work. But if it's cooking on the stove in a pot, please don't leave the house for fire safety reasons. So now we wait. Through the miracle of time-traveling technology, 3.5 hours have passed. I'm going to give the soup a little stir and remove the bay leaves. As you can see, it is a thick and hearty fall or winter soup that is packed with flavor, nutrients, and filling ingredients. I hope you enjoyed our community kitchen with the Salvation Army Barbehaven Church, and we look forward to connecting with you in the future. Like and subscribe below for other recipes, and we look forward to cooking with you soon. Take care.